My name is Duncan. I live in a small town. I work with wood. I make tables and chairs. I make beds and doors. People call me a craftsman. I love my job. I love the smell of wood. Cedar is my favorite. Cedar smells clean and fresh. I work in my workshop every day. My workshop is old but strong. I wear flannel shirts. They are soft and warm. My shirts are old. The colors are not bright now, but I like them. I have a thick beard. My beard is brown and long. I do not shave it. I like my beard. I drive an old truck. My truck is red. The paint is not new. The truck makes noise, but it works well. I trust my truck. It takes me everywhere. I like my life. I am free. I do what I want. I work hard in the morning. I fish in the afternoon. I sit by the river. The water is quiet. I feel happy there. One day, a woman came to my workshop. Her name was Phoenix. She wanted to buy furniture. She said she needed tables and chairs. She lived in a big city. She had a fancy apartment. Phoenix was different. She wore expensive clothes. Her dress was black and smooth. Her shoes were high and shiny. She smelled like flowers. She looked very clean. I felt strange. I looked at my dirty hands. I looked at my old shirt. I felt small. But Phoenix smiled at me. Her smile was warm and kind. She walked around my workshop. She touched the wood. She looked at my tools. She asked me many questions. I answered her. I told her about cedar. I told her about oak. I told her about my work. Phoenix looked at me. Her eyes were big and dark. She said I was interesting. She said I was different. She said she liked my hands. She said my hands were rough and strong. I felt proud. A beautiful woman liked me. A rich woman thought I was special. I stood taller. I smiled more. Phoenix asked me to make furniture for her. She wanted a big table. She wanted 6 chairs. She wanted a shelf for books. She said she trusted me. She said I was talented. I said yes. I wanted to help her. I wanted to make her happy. I started to work on her order. Phoenix came back many times. She visited my workshop every week. She brought coffee. She brought cake. We talked and talked. I learned about her life. She was a designer. She made beautiful rooms. She worked with rich people. She traveled to many places. Her life was exciting. She asked about my life too. I told her about fishing. I told her about my truck. I told her about the river. She listened carefully. She looked at me with soft eyes. I started to like her. I thought about her every day. I worked hard on her furniture. I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted her to be happy. Phoenix said nice things to me. She said I was strong. She said I was real. She said I was not like other men. She said other men were fake and boring. I felt special. I felt like a hero. A woman like Phoenix chose me. She liked my beard. She liked my rough hands. She liked my simple life. One day, Phoenix touched my arm. Her hand was soft and small. She looked into my eyes. She said I was amazing. She said I made her feel safe. My heart beat fast. I felt warm inside. I wanted to protect her. I wanted to take care of her. I felt strong and brave. Phoenix smiled at me. She said she wanted to see me more. She said she wanted to spend time with me. She said she felt something special. I said yes. I wanted to see her too. I liked her smile. I liked her voice. I liked the way she looked at me. I finished her furniture. The table was beautiful. The chairs were strong. The shelf was smooth and clean. I felt proud of my work. Phoenix came to see it. She was very happy. She said it was perfect. She said I was amazing. She paid me well. But she said something else too. She said she wanted me to visit her. She wanted me to see her apartment. She wanted to cook dinner for me. She wanted to thank me. I felt excited. I felt nervous too. A woman like Phoenix wanted me. I was just a simple man, but she saw something in me. I said yes. I put on my best flannel shirt. I drove to the city. That day changed everything, but I did not know it then. I was happy. I felt alive. I thought I was lucky. I thought Phoenix liked the real me. I thought she loved my simple life. I thought she wanted a man like me. I was wrong. Phoenix's apartment was big and beautiful. Everything was white and gold. Everything was clean and shiny. I felt dirty there. My boots were old. My clothes were simple. Phoenix made dinner. The food was good, but it was strange. It was not like my food. There were small plates. There were many forks. I did not know which fork to use. Phoenix helped me. She smiled. She said it was okay. She said I would learn. She said she would teach me. After dinner, Phoenix gave me a gift. It was a big box. The box was black and smooth. I opened it. Inside was a suit. The suit was dark blue. It was soft and new. It smelled expensive. I touched it. I had never worn a suit before. Phoenix said I should try it. She said it would look good on me. She said I would look handsome. I wanted to make her happy. So I put it on. The suit felt strange. It was tight. It was not comfortable. I looked in the mirror. I did not look like me. I looked like someone else. Phoenix came close. She fixed my collar. She smiled big. She said I looked wonderful. She said I looked like a real man now. I felt confused. Was I not a real man before? But I said nothing. Phoenix was happy. That was important. Then Phoenix touched my beard. She said it was too long. She said it hid my face. She said I had a handsome face. She said people should see it. She asked me to shave it. She said it would be better. She said I would look younger. She said I would look cleaner. I did not want to shave. I loved my beard. I had my beard for many years. But Phoenix looked at me with soft eyes. She said, please. She said she wanted to see my whole face. I went to the bathroom. I took the razor. I looked at myself. My beard was thick and brown. It was part of me, but I shaved it. I shaved it all. My face felt cold and strange. My skin was pale. I looked in the mirror. I did not know this man. Phoenix was very happy. She touched my face. She said I was beautiful. She kissed me. I felt warm. Maybe this was good. Maybe this was right. Phoenix started to change other things too. She said beer was not good. She said I should drink wine. Wine was better. Wine was for smart people. I did not like wine. Wine tasted sour and strange, but I drank it. I drank it because Phoenix drank it. I wanted to be like her. Phoenix took me to nice restaurants. The food was small and fancy. I was always hungry after. I missed my big meals. I missed my BBQ. I missed my beer. But I said nothing. Phoenix took me to parties. There were many people. They wore expensive clothes. They talked about art. They talked about travel. They talked about money. I did not understand them. I tried to talk. I told them about wood. I told them about my work. They smiled, but they looked bored. Phoenix told me to stop. She said I should not talk about wood. She said I should talk about other things. She said I should learn about art. She said I should read books. I felt small. I felt stupid. But I tried. I read books. I looked at paintings. I learned new words. I wanted Phoenix to be proud of me. Phoenix bought me more suits. She bought me new shoes. She bought me a watch. The watch was heavy and gold. It felt strange on my arm. She said I needed to look good. She said we went to important places. She said people needed to respect me. She said this was how men should look. I wore the suits. I wore the shoes. I wore the watch. But I felt like a stranger. I felt like I was wearing a costume. I went to my workshop less and less. Phoenix wanted me in the city. She said I should be with her. She said my workshop was old and dirty. She said I could do better. I started to believe her. Maybe she was right. Maybe I needed to change. Maybe I was better now. My friends stopped calling. They said I was different. They said I forgot them. Maybe I did. I was busy with Phoenix. I was busy learning new things. I stopped fishing. I did not have time. Phoenix always had plans. We had dinners. We had parties. We had meetings. My truck stayed in my garage. Phoenix said we should take her car. Her car was new and fast. My truck was old and slow. I missed my truck, but I said nothing. I wanted Phoenix to love me. I wanted to be good enough for her. I thought this was love. I thought this was right. Phoenix said I was perfect now. She said I was exactly right. She said I was the man she always wanted. I smiled, but inside I felt empty. I looked in the mirror every day. I saw a clean man. I saw a fancy man. But I did not see Duncan. I did not see me. Months passed. I changed more and more. I was not the same man. I looked in the mirror every morning. I saw a stranger. My face was smooth. My hair was clean and neat. My clothes were expensive. My hands were soft now. I did not look like Duncan anymore. I looked like someone from a magazine. I looked rich. I looked important, but I did not feel like me. I talked differently now. My voice was quiet and soft. I used fancy words. I said please and thank you all the time. I smiled with my mouth closed. Phoenix was very happy. She said I was perfect. She said I was wonderful. She held my hand at parties. She showed me to her friends. But sometimes I felt strange. I felt like I was acting. I felt like I was in a play. I was playing a role. The role was not me. One night, Phoenix took me to an art show. There were many people. They wore black clothes. They drank wine. They looked at paintings on white walls. I wore my best suit. It was black and smooth. My shoes were shiny. My watch was heavy on my arm. I looked like everyone else. Phoenix held my arm. She smiled at people. She introduced me. She said my name. She said I was her partner. People looked at me. They shook my hand. They said nice things, but their eyes were strange. They looked confused. An old woman came to us. She had white hair. She wore a long dress. She looked at me. Her face went pale. She said a name. She said Julian. She said it loud. She looked shocked. Phoenix went very still. Her hand was tight on my arm. The old woman looked scared. The woman said sorry. She said sorry many times. She said she made a mistake. She said I looked like someone. She said I looked like an old friend. Phoenix smiled, but her smile was cold. She said it was okay. She said people make mistakes. She pulled me away fast. I felt confused. Who was Julian? Why did the woman look so scared? Why did Phoenix look angry? I asked Phoenix about it. She said it was nothing. She said the woman was old. She said old people see things wrong. She said I should forget it, but I could not forget. The woman looked at me like she saw a ghost. She said the name Julian. She was so sure. After that night, Phoenix changed. She watched me all the time. She watched everything I did. She told me how to stand. She told me how to sit. She told me how to hold my glass. She told me how to talk. One day, I tied my tie. Phoenix came close. She said I did it wrong. She untied it. She tied it again. She said this was the right way. Another day, I laughed at a joke. Phoenix looked at me. She said I should not laugh like that. She said I looked strange when I laughed. She said I should smile instead. She told me not to squint. She said squinting made lines on my face. She said I looked old when I squinted, so I stopped squinting. She told me how to walk. She said I walked too fast. She said I should walk slowly. She said slow walking looked better. She told me what to eat. She told me what to drink. She told me what to say. She told me what to think. I felt tired. I felt like a doll. Phoenix moved me. Phoenix changed me. I had no choice. But Phoenix was happy. She looked at me with love. She touched my face. She said I was beautiful. She said I was perfect. One night, she held my face in her hands. She looked into my eyes. She said something strange. She said I was exactly right now. She said I was the man I was meant to be. She said I was complete. She said I was perfect. I felt cold inside. What did she mean? Was I not right before? Was the old Duncan wrong? I wanted to ask, but I said nothing. Phoenix kissed me. She smiled. She was so happy, but I was not happy. I felt empty. I felt lost. I looked like a perfect man, but inside, I was dying. I thought about my old life sometimes. I thought about my workshop. I thought about the smell of cedar. I thought about my truck. I thought about the river. I missed those things. I missed my old clothes. I missed my beard. I missed my rough hands. I missed feeling free, but I could not go back. Phoenix needed me. Phoenix loved me. I had to stay. I had to be this new man. I looked in the mirror before bed. The stranger looked back at me. He wore expensive clothes. He had smooth skin. He looked rich and clean. But his eyes were sad. His eyes were empty. He looked like he was sleeping. He looked like he was not alive. I said my name, Duncan. My name was Duncan. But the man in the mirror did not feel like Duncan. Phoenix came behind me. She put her arms around me. She said I looked wonderful. She said she was so proud of me. I smiled. But my smile was fake. Everything was fake now. My clothes were fake. My smile was fake. My whole life was fake. I was a perfect stranger. Perfect on the outside. A stranger on the inside. I did not know who I was anymore. Phoenix went away for work. She said she would be gone for 3 days. She said I should stay in her apartment. She said I should rest. I was alone. The apartment was quiet. I walked around. I did not know what to do. I went to Phoenix's study. It was a small room. There were books on the walls. There was a big desk. The desk was white and clean. I looked at the desk. There were papers. There were pens. There was a small drawer. The drawer had a lock. I tried to open it. It did not open. Why was it locked? What was inside? I looked for the key. I found it under a book. The key was small and silver. My hands shook. I did not know why. I put the key in the lock. I turned it. The drawer opened. Inside were photos. Many photos. I took the photos out. I looked at them. My heart stopped. The photos were of a man. The man looked like me. No. The man looked like the new me. He had smooth skin. He had neat hair. He wore a fancy suit. He wore the same watch. My watch. The gold watch Phoenix gave me. I looked closer. The man was not me, but he looked so much like me. Same height, same hair color, same face shape. I turned the photo over. There was writing. The writing said Julian, my love, forever. Julian. That was the name. The name, the old woman said, Julian. I felt cold. I felt sick. Who was Julian? Why did he look like me? I looked at more photos. Julian at a party. Julian in a suit. Julian with Phoenix. Phoenix kissed him. Phoenix held his hand. Phoenix looked at him with love. Every photo was the same. Julian looked exactly like I look now. The same clothes, the same style, the same everything. I looked at my watch. The gold watch. Phoenix said it was a gift. She said she bought it for me. She said it was new. But, in the photos, Julian wore this watch. The same watch. I looked at it closely. There was writing inside. Writing I never saw before. The writing said to Julian, with all my love, Phoenix. This was not my watch. This was Julian's watch. Phoenix lied. She said it was a gift, but it was not. It was his watch. A dead man's watch. I felt sick. I sat on the floor. I looked at all the photos. There were so many. Julian smiling, Julian laughing, Julian looking at Phoenix. Then I found another photo. This photo was different. It was a newspaper story. The story was about an accident. A car accident. The story said Julian died. It said he was young. It said he was a good man. It said Phoenix was his girlfriend. It said she was very sad. I looked at the date. Julian died 2 years ago. 2 years before I met Phoenix. Everything became clear. Everything made sense now. Phoenix never loved me. She loved Julian. She still loved Julian. She met me in my workshop. She saw a man with a beard, a man with rough hands, a man who was different from Julian. But she changed me. She made me shave. She made me wear suits. She made me talk differently. She made me act differently. She turned me into Julian. Every gift was Julian's. Every change made me look like him. Every word she said made me become him. I was not Duncan anymore. I was a copy, a fake Julian, a puppet. Phoenix did not want me. She wanted Julian back. She could not have him, so she made me into him. I felt disgusted. I felt used. I felt like a toy, a thing, not a person. I looked at the photos again, Julian's face, my face now. We were the same. Phoenix made sure of that. I remembered everything. The suit, the shave, the wine, the parties, the watch, the way she told me to stand, the way she told me to talk, the way she told me to laugh. She was not helping me. She was building him. She was building Julian on my body, using my skin, using my life. I was not her boyfriend. I was her project, her doll, her way to bring back a dead man. I felt empty. I felt broken. I was not Duncan. I was not Julian. I was nothing, just a shell, just a copy of a ghost. I sat there for a long time. I held the photos. I looked at Julian's face, my face, our face. Phoenix would come back soon. She would smile. She would kiss me, but she would not see me. She would see him. She always saw him. I was just the body. Julian was the soul she wanted. I felt sick. I felt angry. I felt sad. But most of all, I felt lost. Who was I now? What was I now? Phoenix came back 3 days later. I heard her car. I heard her keys. I heard the door open. I was ready. I was different now. I did not wear a suit. I found my old clothes, my flannel shirt, my old jeans. I put them on. They felt right. They felt like home. I did not shave. My beard was growing back. It was short, but it was there. I could feel it. I liked it. I sat in the living room. I had a beer. Not wine. Beer. I drank from the bottle. I did not use a glass. Phoenix walked in. She saw me. She stopped. Her face changed. She looked at my clothes. She looked at my beer. She looked at my face. Her eyes went wide. She said my name, Duncan. She asked what I was doing. Her voice was high and tight. I did not answer. I just looked at her. I drank my beer. Phoenix came closer. She said I looked wrong. She said I needed to change. She said I needed to put on a suit. I said no. Just that. No. Phoenix looked shocked. I never said no before. I always did what she wanted. But not now. Not anymore. She said I looked dirty. She said I looked ugly. She said I looked like trash. Her words hurt, but I did not move. I stayed in my chair. I drank my beer. Phoenix's voice got loud. She said I needed to clean up. She said I looked disgusting. She said I was embarrassing her. I stood up. I walked to the study. Phoenix followed me. She kept talking. She kept saying mean things. I went to her desk. I opened the drawer. I took out the photos. all the photos of Julian. Phoenix stopped talking. Her face went white. I walked back to the living room. I threw the photos on the floor. They fell at her feet. I asked her who Julian was. My voice was loud. My voice was angry. Phoenix looked at the photos. She looked at me. She said nothing. I asked again. I said I knew. I said I saw everything. I said I knew about Julian. I said I knew about the watch. I said I knew about the lies. Phoenix started to cry, but I did not care. Not anymore. I told her the truth. I told her what she did. She did not love me. She loved a dead man. She turned me into him. She used me. She changed me. She made me into a copy. Phoenix said I was wrong. She said she loved me. She said she wanted to help me. She said she made me better. I laughed. It was not a happy laugh. It was an angry laugh. A sad laugh. I said she did not make me better. She made me disappear. She killed Duncan. She killed the real me. She wanted Julian. Only Julian. Phoenix cried more. She said Julian was gone. She said she missed him. She said she just wanted him back. I said I was not Julian. I said I was Duncan. I said I would never be Julian. Phoenix looked at me, really looked at me. Maybe for the first time. She said she was sorry. She said she did not mean to hurt me. She said she just loved Julian so much. I felt sad for her, but I felt angry too. She used me. She lied to me. She took my life away. I told her I was leaving. I said I could not stay. I said this was not love. This was not real. Phoenix begged me to stay. She held my arm. She cried. She said she would change. She said she would stop. But I did not believe her. I could not trust her anymore. I looked at her face. I remembered when I first met her. She looked at me with love. Or I thought it was love. But now I knew. She never looked at me. She looked past me. She looked at the ghost she wanted me to be. Every time she kissed me, she kissed Julian. Every time she held me, she held Julian. I was just the body, the skin, the vessel. I pulled my arm away. I said I was done. I said goodbye. Phoenix fell on the floor. She cried loud. She said sorry many times, but sorry was not enough. Sorry could not bring back the time. Sorry could not bring back the old me. I walked to the door. I looked back one time. Phoenix was small on the floor. She looked broken. She looked lost. I felt bad for her, but I felt worse for me. I lost myself. I lost months of my life. I became someone else, someone fake. I opened the door. I walked out. The air was cold and fresh. It felt good. It felt like freedom. I was Duncan again. Or I would be soon. I would find him, the real me, the man I used to be. I stood outside. The night was dark and cold. I thought about my life. I thought about who I was. I thought about who I wanted to be. 2 paths were in front of me, 2 choices, 2 futures. I could go back to my old life, or I could go back to Phoenix. Both paths were possible. Both paths were real. I had to choose. I walked to my truck, my old red truck. It was still in the garage. I got inside. The seat was hard. The truck smelled like oil and wood. It smelled like home. I started the engine. The truck made noise, but it worked. It always worked. I drove away from the city. I drove away from Phoenix's apartment. I drove away from the lies. The road was long. The night was quiet. I felt free. I felt light, like I could breathe again. I arrived at my small town. Everything looked the same. The houses, the streets, the river. Nothing changed here. I went to my workshop. I opened the door. Dust was everywhere. Tools were on the tables. Wood was in the corners. I walked inside. I touched the wood. I smelled the cedar. Tears came to my eyes. I was home, really home. I went back to the truck. I took out all the suits, all the expensive clothes, all the fancy shoes. I took the gold watch off my arm. I made a fire in the yard, a big fire. I threw everything in. The suits burned. The shoes burned. The watch melted in the heat. I watched it all burn. I felt good. I felt clean. The old life was gone now. The fake life. The Julian life. I kept my flannel shirt on. I kept my old jeans on. I kept my boots on. These were my real clothes. These were Duncan's clothes. The next day, I started to work again. I picked up my tools. I touched the wood. I made a table. A simple table. A good table. My hands remembered. My body remembered. This was who I was. This was what I did. I was a craftsman. I was Duncan. Days passed. My beard grew back. My hands got rough again. My skin got dirty from work. But I was happy. Really happy. I went fishing again. I sat by the river. The water was quiet and calm. I felt peace. I felt whole. One day, I sat in my workshop. I was sweaty and tired. Wood dust was on my shirt. My hands were dirty, but I was smiling. I looked around. This was my place. This was my life. This was me. I said something out loud. I said it to myself. I said it to the world. I said, I missed my old self. And I finally brought him home. Thank you for giving this story your time. If you connected with the characters or learned something new, please leave a like. Share this story with someone who enjoys English stories or peaceful listening. It costs nothing, but it helps the channel continue. Turn on the bell so you'll know when the next story arrives. We'll be here, waiting for you.